Hey everybody, J.M. Manion here at the MPC Photo Gym in Pittsburgh, and I am here with IFBB Men's Physique Pro,
Derrick Stevenson.
And we're here to talk to you about Derrick's road to becoming an IFBB Pro. Okay, so to give you a little background briefly, and Derrick can expand on it, Derrick was in the military, living in Hawaii, and that's where he first started to compete. So give us a little bit of background about how that all started with you.
Well, like I said, I was in Hawaii, just working out. Had a lot of people come up asking me that I compete. Tell them no, I was just showing. No, I don't want. They telling me I need to compete. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do it. Then finally, I just said, you know what, I'm going to do it. So I did a show.
But let's talk about first is he didn't want to put posing trunks on.
I don't want to. I didn't.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I was always into bodybuilding, and like I said before, Sean Ray and Dexter Jackson have always been my favorite bodybuilders. But I didn't want to necessarily put the posing trunks on, so I never really did any shows per se. And I did like one show in Afghanistan one time when I had some classic physique shorts on. But I look like trash. So
that doesn't count.
That don't count.
We don't talk about that anymore.
Yeah, so
wipe that up from the record, everyone.
Yeah, so a couple of people just kept on coming up to me asking me to compete. Then they showed me men's physique, which I didn't even know they had the division. That division. So once I saw that they had the division, I started doing a little bit of research, and I was like, oh yeah, I can do that. So and that's when Germany was big. Then Lucky, I started following Lucky, Andre. I started following all the big name dudes, Brandon, and I remember. So I just started competing, and I did one show and got my butt whooped.
And that contest was?
It was actually the Paradise Cup in November of 2016.
The MPC Paradise Cup.
Yes. And which the Sean Ray has kind of taken over that.
Right.
Yeah, they had a Sean Ray around the same time now. Sean Ray Hawaiian Classic. So I did that show, didn't do well. Then I did another show in March of the next year, and I had trained myself the first show. The training aspect I was always pretty good because I had been in the gym for 21 years, but I didn't know the diet.
Right.
I didn't know the diet. I didn't know peak week diet. I didn't even know that. So one of my people that I used to train with in the gym introduced me to her coach. Actually, it was Lorraine Gonzalez.
Okay.
Yeah, we used to train together back in Hawaii. She's now a physique pro, women's physique pro. So with that being said,
that's a good guess. Lorraine, women's physique.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I didn't think she was in classic or men's. No. I'm glad you clarified that.
No. She looks good though, and
right.
I'm really proud of her. But she introduced me to Alan Inchanos, and he
former IFBB pro himself.
Yes.
So who I photographed a lot.
Yeah. So she introduced me to him, and we just been going ever since. I did every show in Hawaii. In 2017, there was a show. I did the show. And the reason why I did every show was one of the first things I told Alan was after I did the first show with him was that I wanted to be a pro, and I wanted to be a pro and I wanted to be an Olympian. He would, with your horses, let's do these shows first.
Right.
And I was like, okay, Alan, but I still want to be a pro and I still want to be an Olympian after that. So with that being said, we did every show. I started doing well in all of the shows. And then I did the Hawaii Pro show.
But let's get back to how you got to be a pro.
Well, how I got to be a pro was I competed for my pro card at the USA's. And
what year was that?
That was in 2018. 2018, yes.
Okay.
And then
now, were you still living in Hawaii then?
Still living in Hawaii.
So the trip over to Vegas wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
Right.
It was. I think it might have been a direct flight, so it really wasn't that bad. So I think I placed 8th. I did 8th out of 23 guys. So that wasn't too bad.
Actually, I know you were 8th because I looked it up.
Yeah. So I didn't do too bad, but it was a learning process for me and my coach, especially with my physique. We made a couple of mistakes, but we fixed that. Went to North Americans, competed in.
Came here.
Came
to
here.
Pittsburgh.
In Pittsburgh.
2018.
Yes.
North Americans.
2018, and I received my pro card there. Yep. So, and I was really.
Now let me ask you, the USA is big, and then you pick the show that's even bigger because you have Canada and Mexico as well as NPC competitors. How was that whenever you walked in and you saw all that? You were confident, you were ready to go?
I was confident. It was like I learned what I learned. I learned what I needed from the USAs. It was like that was my first time being on a national stage out of Hawaii against some more top tier dudes, and we learned what we needed to learn. So so when I did the North Americans, I was ready. It wasn't no doubt. Especially now but I say it wasn't no doubt, but when I think about it now, I was ready.
Yeah.
And I was proud of that package.
So you were ready for the challenge.
I was ready for the challenge. After what I did at the USA's and the level of competition, it just it fueled me even more, and it showed me where I needed to be at.
Right.
So I just worked even harder. And I worked even harder. And when I went to the North Americans, I felt after I carved up that Friday night, I was like, oh yeah. And my coach, Alan, was like, yeah, we're about to do this.
Yeah.
So we was confident.
That was good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not like there's a big time span. Depending on the year, it's either 4 or 5 weeks difference.
Actually, that's exactly what it was. It was 4 weeks difference.
Right.
So I needed more size. So, and the major...
I mean, you had to really go for it, you know?
My physique was there. But the major tweak that we did was, in the 4 weeks was, I needed to eat. So, it was just a big change in my diet. We just upped the carbs. And I think I came on stage about 5 to 6 pounds heavier, and I carved up more. I think that's one of the reasons why when we did because Alan, even though we did a lot of shows too, we did this show, the USA's, the competition was different than it was in Hawaii. So
yeah, it's another level or two up.
Yeah, it's another level. So it's like so some of the things.
So it's a little eye opening too, right?
Yeah,
you get there and you're like, oh wait a minute, this isn't a regional contest anymore.
No. So some of the things that we did in Hawaii, we needed to do more. So, and it was all part of my diet and carving up. So, and that was really that. And Alan, and then we were still learning, because it's still a learning process. You learn your physique. You know what I'm saying? You're still growing. So we learn. Like I said, I think we made a couple mistakes, slight mistakes, because I looked good. I was proud. I think my waistline was like a 24 or 25.
Right.
I was really, but I was a little small. You know what I'm saying? But I could have filled out more, and that's what we worked on. Filling out more, upping my carbs, and when I went to the...
And busting your butt in the gym,
and busting my butt in the gym, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that was good. So I went to the North Americans, and we was ready.
Yeah. All right, so that is 2018. When did you step on the IFBB Pro League stage?
That's crazy. 4 weeks later, I did the Titans in California. Then and that was even an eye opener. I think that was the first time I competed against some of the top dudes. Cake, he was there. I can't remember everybody, but that's when I really, that was an eye opener too. So, and I was still, I think I placed like 11th or 12th, and I'm a very competitive guy. So 4 weeks later, I did the Tournament of Champions because I felt like I can do better.
Right.
I knew I can do better. So after I did the tournament, I went back to California, did the Tournament of Champions 4 weeks later. Did all right again. Like I said, very competitive. So me and Alan, we took off season, did a little bit of growing, developed a game plan, started another prep in January of 2019. First show was the City Limits, placed second. Won a Masters, placed second. Second to Andre. So,
yeah.
and that right then, that show right there, I knew I could compete.
Yeah, well, see, this is another thing I want to bring up. Okay, your age, that doesn't mean anything. Okay, so when you placed in the city limits, how old were you?
I was 40 years old, 41 years old.
Okay, going up against Andre Ferguson.
Well, no, city limits.
Or city limits.
City limits, I was 42, I'm sorry.
Okay, but
Yes.
still,
Yes.
okay, going against younger guys and winning, beating them. You know, the city limits is a tough contest.
Yes, it was a very good contest. Dre Dillon was the promoter. I love doing that show. I'm thinking about doing it again this year.
Yeah, but I'm trying to say is age is just a number.
Age is just a number.
Doesn't matter. Once you get that IFBB Pro League Pro card, you're all on the same page.
We're
at that
all
point.
on the same page.
And they don't look and they go, Derrick Stevenson, he's over 40. Okay, we're gonna score him down. Doesn't mean anything,
It
right?
doesn't mean anything.
Because I know you beat a lot of guys younger than you.
I did, and I've done some other competitions. We beat a lot of the other guys younger than me too.
Right.
So, but like I say, like you said, age is nothing but a number. It's all about your drive, your commitment, your dedication, and when you get at the highest level and you're competing, you know, trying to get to the Olympia, it's a lifestyle. It's a life.
Yeah.
And you have to be committed. And like I say, age is nothing but a number. And you know, I'm 43 years old. I don't even see myself. I don't even see that as a limitation.
Right.
I don't even see it. So, you know, when people, you know, I have had people ask me my age, and it's no limitation.
Right.
You know, that don't even matter to me.
Yeah, but I think it's great. I mean, that's a great attitude to have.
Mm-hmm.
And I know of doing interviews with competitors over the years, and it's amazing when you find out how old some of these competitors are, whether it's the men or the women. And
Mm-hmm.
even myself, I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize, you know, not in a bad way, like that's how old you are, because you don't present that way either.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you're going out, you're kicking butt, you're winning shows, you're beating people 10, 12 years younger than you,
Yeah.
and you're just looking fantastic.
Yeah, and look, it don't matter if you're 43, 33, or 23. At the end of the day, you know, it's about, you know, doing what you do and having confidence in yourself.
Right.
And that's the first thing. You gotta have confidence.
Yeah.
You know, and being self-motivated. You know, you have to be self-motivated, and that's what it is. And like you said, Jim, age, that don't even matter.
Right.
You just gotta do what you gotta do to be successful.
That's it. Well, good. Well, this is Jay and Manion,
Derrick Stevenson.
and we're signing out for NPCNewsOnline.com.
If you want to follow me on social media, you can find me at SWAGG_IFBB Pro. That's swag_IFBB Pro.